Timeout. Microwave. Garage door. Proud dads.
Can you don't?
Can you don't?
Episode 38. Having fun, having a good time. Hi, Brian.
Hey, Joe.
What?
Hey, Joe.
Well, one more time. Sorry, I just can't hear you over your jacket.
Oh, you making fun of my jacket?
Am I? I mean, I'm colorblind.
Sounds like it.
I'm colorblind.
What does this look like to you?
Yellow. Bright yellow.
It's bright yellow.
Cool. Nice.
Maybe that's one of the colors it's not blind.
I have to explain color blindness to, I mean, most everybody that is like, oh, what? Like, what colors? They always hold something to my face. I'm like, dude, it's fucking red. Mm-hmm. Because it's all
right in your face,
It's all the shades in between.
Yeah. Now it's just blurry.
Maybe I'll have a whole talk on it. Like
your kids ever do that? When they're like, they want to show you something and they put it at the end of your nose. Like, dude, Jesus.
Like, yikes. Shove it in your mouth.
Yeah.
No, but we were joking around a little bit about like when you are in the mood, you're in the mindset, you're like, I am going to go buy this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, sometimes it's giant purchases, like cars or whatever, TVs, like just big ones, right?
Yeah.
And you get there and you're like, fuck yeah, going home with the big thing. And they don't have the exact one you want. And you're like, I mean, pretty big fan of green. Like,
you start justifying it.
You're like, I mean, green car is not that bad. Right? It'll stand out more, probably less accidents. Mm-hmm. Like you have to justify it. And you're telling me that they didn't have the blue?
Yeah.
You should have the bright yellow.
Yeah. I mean, I still like the bright yellow.
I like it too.
It's sick.
It is sick.
If I had to choose, like if it was, you put a gun to my head and said the blue or the yellow, I probably would have chose the blue if I had the opportunity.
Right.
And I had to get it. It's funny you say this whole thing because they didn't have this.
The size thing is,
they didn't have it in a large. So I got an XL. So it's a little bit bigger than normally, but I was like, I'm not going to, I'll get it. I can always return it if it's too big.
I'll grow into it.
And then my wife goes, well, don't rip the tag off because we'll see. Maybe they'll come out with another one. And I said, no, I'm going to keep this one because I can wear a sweatshirt underneath it when it's cold. And then if they ever come out with the large, I'll get another one for like springtime.
Man, that's, yeah.
And
so
it's a
funny.
Mariners. It's a bright yellow pitchfork Mariners jacket
throwback.
for the people that are wondering.
Yeah, throwback jacket.
Yeah.
Nah, that is so good. Yeah, the size thing is, it's not even about color or make or model. Like sometimes, like, sometimes I let my toenails grow. I got probably squeeze into a size 13. Like, just like, you're like,
they're not grow yet, but like in 6 months, you should fit fine. I'll wear 2 socks until then.
I'm getting bigger every day. You just don't want to miss the opportunity. You want new shoes. You went out, they didn't have the size you wanted. You're like, I'm going to make these work.
Dude, I've done that with my phone pretty much every time I've gone to buy a phone. If I didn't pre-order it, they didn't have the amount of size that I wanted. I'm like, I don't want to leave here without the new phone. So I guess I could probably make 128 gigs work. Now that's impossible.
And like going through in your head, you're like, I just down. I don't like my family that much. I'll just cut back. Whenever we need like a family photo, I'll just use my wife's phone and justify it.
I did that. And then what I justified it was like, I'll just make sure the pictures that I don't keep, I'll go through and delete.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And that never happened.
No, of course it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. Episode 38, Can You Don't? Happy you're here. Additional content on the back end of every single episode, and you get to hear it. If you are part of the gaggle, you can sign up at patreon.com/canyoudon'tpodcast. Something you want to see on the show or hear, whatever. Hey guys at canyoudon'tpodcast.com.
I want to hear more of this song that's playing.
I can't. I mean, I can turn it up on in the yeah.
Oof. I like that.
This is what was playing in your head when you got that jacket.
Yeah. My shoulders were starting to swing.
This is like some Super Nintendo racing game.
Just on a loop.
Pick your car. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was the thing that was playing. Yep. Okay, let me get it back to a
reasonable volume.
Reasonable level so the next time I push it doesn't fucking scare the shit out of me.
It's just going to be like,
Confessions! Yay!
Yay! Love Confession Day.
Doing confessions on today's show. And then we forgot to mention this till the very end of last week, but we're recording way in advance. Okay? Like, super. At this moment, we're 2 weeks ahead in the past?
It is.
I love how you worded that, by the way, in the script.
Yeah, what did I write? Yeah, and the next one will be 2 weeks ahead in the past, in the future.
Mm-hmm. And the one after that will be even more weeks ahead in the past. And then 3 weeks. So Brian's going to Mexico.
Yeah.
For basically a month. So we'll be like 4 weeks ahead. So if you address something or send something in, you're like, oh, they're not using it. It's because we are not recording.
Or if we actually make contact with aliens or something weird goes on and we don't respond, it's not because we didn't care.
No.
It's because
we're in the future.
We don't know what's going to happen in a month.
No one does. You could be in a spaceship.
Aliens might.
They're little time machine guys.
If they go at the speed of light, they will.
You're watching us in slow motion. Yeah. Like these doofuses.
It's called time dilation.
Oh, yeah?
Want to talk about that?
I don't think so.
You want to spend an hour and 15 on time dilation?
Yeah. And then whatever my answer is, you're like, I got it. You bring out a whiteboard. You have a whole presentation just hoping that the conversation at the opening of the show went to fucking light dilation.
You never know.
Or time dilation.
Time dilation.
See, I have a lot to learn.
You never know when it might come up.
Exactly.
And here we are.
All right,
so, Joe, I wanted to show you this.
Right. Take a look at this right here. You push like a
screen
comes out. What the fuck?
I have a little stick that I pull out.
Laser pointer? Yeah. Tack. Right here. You're dead. Okay, let's get the show going.
Okay.
Hey, shut up. Start the show already.
All right, Joe.
Hi.
Here's a question from our son, Seth.
What's Seth doing?
I don't know. Right now, I don't know what he's doing.
Probably listening.
Probably masturbating.
Yeah, sure.
Getting excited for the show. Well, good news for you, Seth. We're gonna do your question here.
Okay.
So, would you rather have a job standing outside people's windows, whistling, making high wind sounds?
Fucking what?
It's like, can you do the whistle?
Like the hollow. That's pretty good. Better than the elephant.
Yeah.
Whoa. Did you see how much spit came out?
I did.
That was hot.
I hope I'm not sick.
Me too.
So would you rather do that or stand outside banging metal trash can lids together, making thunder noises?
I'm having a hard time picturing first off, how did you find yourself in these positions? How did this exist within society? Where do you
find a job like that?
Where do you find a job?
Monster.com?
Monster.com. Yeah, or head over to LinkedIn. Which, for fuck's sake, I'm signed up for LinkedIn. I never was my entire life. I'm in there.
Oh.
If you thought the emails were annoying when you didn't even have an account, dude, when you do have one, fuck. It is but I can't turn them off.
Hey, Joe.
Never know when something good's coming through.
Someone looked at your profile.
Yeah. It's like,
check it out.
You're looking hot. Like, check out how many views you got this week. And it was like 0.
Well, I would get like,
thanks.
It would be like, people are looking at your profile. I went to click on it.
1.
And it was like one, and it was like, pay to see who it was.
Right.
You want me to pay money to see who?
Yeah. Give us $40 to see that some dude in Miami randomly found the wrong Joe Paisley. He thought like you were the other Joe Paisley that was actually nearby and could do the job that he was looking for.
Local Joe Paisley.
Local Joe Paisley. Not Joe Paisley in Idaho. Idaho Joe. So standing outside people's windows, whistling, making high wind noises, or standing outside banging metal trash can lids.
You know what's funny is if that was an actual job where there was multiple people that did that in a neighborhood. So it's like you walk out like whenever the sun starts to set and like, hey Joe, hey Fred,
hey, good to see you.
Getting ready to clock in.
How was work?
You know,
I don't know, not a whole lot of clouds in the summertime. I know, but the break's pretty nice, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, fall's just around the corner. Yeah, okay.
All this stupid weather conversations you would have, normal shit conversation, and then they're like, all right, gotta get to work.
All right, catch you later. Bang, bang, bang. And why do you pick trash can lids to make thunder noises?
Well, it's the trash can. Well, do trash can...
What?
Do they even have metal trash can lids anymore?
I'm sure they exist somewhere, but not in
New York.
Yeah, they're not. The city's not handing them out. But like those that sound nothing like thunder.
No,
you're gonna get fired. You need new thunder.
You know what
makers.
sound like thunder is like the ones we have now, the big plastic ones. Like you like bang those together. But that's not the question.
Oh my god, that is so funny. Or this guy that has this job that it exists in this world and he comes home from an exhausting day of whistling.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just on the verge of retirement.
Lungs hurt.
Dude, he's been whistling for 35 plus years.
He's been whistling Dixie.
Yeah. Like he just got a little pin at work, which is just like a mouth that's whistling.
25 years.
25-year pin. They had like some cake and shit.
It's just it's like a gold mallet.
It's a glory hole.
Yeah.
It's a fuckable doll is what it is. Oh God. Okay. My brain is going wild with the high wind worker office fucking looks like. Everyone working on their things, like trying to perfect their art. Just look at all these cubicles. Just,
they have to bring in a person that like shows you how to do it.
Robert, no, that's getting better, is it? I've been working. Yeah, no,
You're so close.
I thought that was wind.
Yeah.
He goes,
Wait, hey guys,
is it raining?
Is it windy outside? No, it's just Fred.
It's just
finally figuring it out. See, everybody
Thanks,
look
guys.
at Fred. Everybody look at Fred. That's what it should sound like.
You see
Fred,
his
do
lips?
it one more time.
See his lips? They gotta be a little wet. Like this is what we do. No, so this guy
You
working
get chapped lips.
It's just a hard day at whistle work. Whistle, well, you get it.
Yep.
And then he comes home, just pops in, and goes, "Hey, honey, I'm home. Hey, dad." Kids run up and give him a hug. He's got his little lunchbox.
How was your day, honey? Whoa, was it windy outside?
He just tries to do like a sigh, and it scares everybody.
Yeah.
It's just you know how it is, son. I know.
Oh my God.
I got your favorite for dinner. Oh, awesome. He just sits down. All right. I mean, anything new happened at work today? No, I mean, not really. Fred learned how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fred's getting it down. Oh, it's great.
He got it. And Joe got his pin today.
How's Fred doing? I don't know. I mean, he seems to be doing better. Like just weird shit. And all he does is wind whistle or trash can guy.
Yeah.
Like every loud noise in the house, he's like, I try to leave work at work. Like he's so mad.
The kids are shutting the cupboards really loud.
I hear this shit all day. God, keep it down.
If I would have known you were going to be like this, I would have took the whistling job.
Right. Applying for this job? God damn.
Imagine like he's like a guy that's excited to be off work. He's just he pulls up in his car, drives home. He's whistling as he gets into the house, but it's that guy. And then the wife's like, "Oh man, I didn't realize it's supposed to be windy today. Oh my God, hey, everybody, Daddy's home early.
Home.
He's home early.
Tell me you love him. Tell me you love him. I love you, Daddy."
Well, yeah, boss let me off early today. Wind advisory.
Wind advisory. I had to go home. They're saying, yeah, I mean, upwards of 60-mile-an-hour winds, and I'm gonna be up all night. He's on call.
I was thinking
He's on call.
I was thinking that he had the day off because there was actual wind. But yeah.
He's like a doctor. He's dead asleep at 3:00. Just like his little beeper goes off. He looks at it, wind advisory.
He's like, oh,
fuck. Honey, I know. Sorry. I mean, you know how it is.
This is my busy time of the year.
Getting ready in the morning and practicing.
Yeah. It's hurricane season. Is it? This is my busy time of year.
Yeah, this is chaotic. But this whole Would You Rather actually got me thinking about just weird jobs that actually existed. So I went to the internet and I looked some up.
That's where you find the good ones.
Professional cuddler.
Yeah.
Okay. Golf ball diver.
Okay.
Which here in Coeur d'Alene, they do have a water driving range. So yeah, somebody is diving out there and getting them. Online dating ghostwriter. So you're
write your profile for you?
Yeah, you're just not capable of attracting the mates you want. You can make up to $900 a month writing profiles for sad people.
Isn't that what we talked about the last episode? Like just be yourself instead of
well, to a degree. If you, oh my God.
Oh God, the dating profile. What do you do for a living?
Oh God! You go out on your first date, right, dude? She goes, like mouthful of food. She goes, "What do you do for a living?" He goes, "I mean, it's complicated." Like he's trying to brush it off. She goes, "Oh no! I mean, we got all night, right?"
I hope this wasn't going to come up.
She makes a joke. She goes, we're gonna hurry." No. I work in sound effects.
Yeah.
Oh, what kind? And then eventually he's like, I whistle. I make wind noises outside of windows.
Oh, I make wind noises. Oh, cool. Like you record those in a thing and people buy them for movies and sound effects?
Or like the Windwood instruments, like a part of an orchestra? No.
Well.
Kinda.
sort of.
Let me just show you. I'll show you later. Get a few drinks in me. We'll talk all.
He gets home. He's gonna walk her home. He's like, oh, sounds like a breeze moving in.
Better get inside. What do you do for a living? He just goes, close your eyes. And she does. Or just.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm a thunder boy. I'm a thunder guy.
Well, it's like, what do you do for a living? And then he goes. He's like, what do you hear? What do you feel? I don't know. It sounds like the wind. Yeah.
Sounds like a weirdo sitting across the table from me.
Like, mad the ASMR. He's just.
God. Brutal.
Clank, clank.
Professional bridesmaid. Okay. Like you don't have enough friends or, I don't know. Water slide tester. Paper towel sniffer. Face feeler.
Wait, paper towel sniffer?
I'm guessing you can get hired to smell things and make sure they smell good.
Like if they wanted a fragrance?
Yeah, like there's actually people on LinkedIn that have that as their job title. They are a paper towel sniffer. They make sure that they sound good. And then this one in particular just reminded me of one of the funniest situations that I don't think enough people have talked about. And this is like, well, it's the job is a bed tester. Okay. Like, I mean, you're testing beds. But goddamn, it reminded me of one of the funniest things we as humans do, and that is mattress shopping. Okay, and you head in there, right? And somebody comes out like, "Hey, can I help you with anything? Like, what else am I looking for?
Right.
Looking for a fucking mattress." And you start walking around with this sales rep. And she goes, well, first they ask, stuff, firm, blah, blah, what size. And then they walk you over to a bed. And they're like, this one you might like it. And you have to, in front of a stranger, just go lay down on it.
And do all this stupid
and you always lay down and do a little rub. You're like, that's pretty nice.
A little pat, maybe.
Because what the fuck else are you gonna say?
Right.
You're like, and you wiggle. You're like, no, this will do.
I tend to like a stiffer bed.
Okay, here, hop up, and you have to, you get out of bed, and then follow her to another one and do the same fucking thing.
But you have to you have to grab the, because sometimes they don't have the right pillow.
Oh yeah, they never do.
So you're trying to mix and match pillows, and you're like, I like this, but like the pillow's too stiff. If I have a stiff bed, I like a soft pillow. And then she's like, well, okay, we have this new eye comfort
glow gel
jerk you off bed.
Yeah, this gel cooling hydroplane. You're like, all right, let's check it out. And it's not that much more. It's got a plush top.
Yeah.
And the thing about these are,
and
you're like,
and it tells you stories, the bedtime stories.
It's got speakers in it.
Yep.
You're like, fucking what? But you go in there and you look, you lay down on your side, and it's such a funny fucking situation.
And the person, the
they're
worst,
just looking at you,
watching you,
just watching you pretend to sleep. And that's so funny. God damn it, that's funny. And then if you're with a partner, and you're gonna be sleeping in this bed together, you both have to get in it. Because not one person can try it out.
And if your parents, you're like, okay, if the kids come, let's say the kids climb in bed, do we have room to, if you're away on the edge, I'm way over here. Is the room in the middle?
Is the room in the middle?
And if I want to cuddle you, because some of those have they're cut in the middle. One's soft, one's hard.
Right.
So is that kind of situation? My wife,
you don't know unless you try it out.
My wife likes a stiffer bed. I like
she
a
likes
softer bed.
Yeah. And then when you walk by them, everybody pushes on the corner.
Yeah, you push on the corner.
What are we doing?
Because you want to see. Well, you want to see if it's going to bounce back or not.
Oh yeah. Is that
I think what we really need to talk about here.
Yeah.
Is let's talk about. I mean, we sleep for however many hours in the day.
I slept for 4 last night.
Yeah,
so that's cool.
I think most people think they get 8, but I get about 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But there's also something else that's important that goes on in bed.
Oh, sauce.
Copulation.
Food. Oh, sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what if it'd be you and your couple, your spouse, whoever it is, you're in there and let's say you climb up on bed and you're laying there. The guy's like, what do you think? Roomy enough? Like, yeah. I mean, could be okay, but there's still we need to make sure. And you roll over and grab her and like flip her on all fours. You're like, all right, just hang out here, and you mount and you start just thrusting away.
See if it squeaks.
But it's like you're not acting any weird. You're just looking around like.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, look at, there's no squeak.
It's one of those split in the middle beds. You're like, fuck, my left knee is sinking way far.
Yeah,
I feel like she goes, I feel that too. Like we're sideways a little bit. Okay, well, here, turn this way. And you flip, you go horizontal on the bed.
Right.
Yeah. Or vertical, whatever.
Because then you can shove her face into the mattress. And if it's soft enough.
Right. You have to try that.
Yeah.
Make sure. She's like, hey, how's this feel?
Oh, can't hear it.
No, great.
It's silent.
Can barely hear you. That's
like
great.
a muffler on there. And so you're just thrusting away. You pull out some, what do you call them? Police officer things. Handcuffs.
Yeah.
And
I can tell how often you use those.
The guy's like, the police officer things. The guy's like, oh, no, it's okay. I brought my own cuffs.
Like, of course, I got these. These ones are, we have these custom made, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm. They're pink, the fluffy pink ones.
Yeah. Or like they have the metal shackles, right? Mm-hmm. So this lady or man, the sales rep.
I've never had a woman, so I'm picturing a guy.
Okay. I'm not, whatever. But they're just standing there watching you. And you take, this position's fine, blah, blah. And then you're like, oh, here, 1 second, move up to the headboard. And you put your arms up, and then out of your pocket, you pull these metal brackets and some screws and a fucking drill, right? And like you put all like the screws in your mouth, and you're just like, and the sales rep is like, excuse me, sir. He goes, 1 second, give me a second. And then
you drop the other one.
Fuck, you drop the screw. Like,
and you're like, with your fingers, you're trying to reach down to
pick it out. Like, 1 second. And you're like, just
can you move?
Just strap. He goes, okay, you ready? Yeah. And you get down in position, and you're like, fuck, it's basically silent.
Yeah.
Wow. And then take them back out.
That'll work. I like that.
Anything else?
And then you start looking around all the stuff in there, and you're like, the end table. Mm-hmm. Oh, look at the mirror over here.
See, you can see what I'm doing, right?
Yeah, like you see me fucking you in the mirror. Because that would go well there. And that would fit in the west corner. So picture this. The bed's in the middle, right? We've got the mirror on this wall. And it's light, so you can move, if we need to move things around, we can just change it up.
Yeah.
We got the two end tables.
Little tripod right there. Just making that sales rep is just like, what the fuck?
Tripod.
Yeah.
Will you throw in a tripod?
Yeah, they're like, I don't think we have any.
We have a TV.
Oof, just fuck. Deal breaker for us. I think just leave the mattress store.
Love how they throw in TVs when you buy a car.
I know.
What? Throw me a TV when I'm buying a couch.
Yeah, go to the grocery store. Yeah, I'm going to toss in this free 55-inch TCL TV for you. Wow, thank you. We'll come shopping at Albertsons more often. Let's go back to the actual question here. But
oh yeah,
God, the furniture thing. I mean, it just goes on with couches too. They're like, hey, what do you think? You're like, oh, you have to lay down on it, pretend that you're like,
that's the whole thing.
You wiggle a little bit. Like, what are we doing
here? I'm a This
and
is
they
my
just stare at you as you wiggle on your new couch.
I'm the type of personality that won't say I don't like something right up front. So I'll go through the whole fucking spiel. And then you got to make some excuse like, well, my wife. And then you just like have the conversation. It's like, I need an out to get out of this.
She's left-handed. So
I'm 10 minutes in and I knew from the beginning I didn't want this fucking bed. But here I am rolling over and doing all the things.
Jumping on it. You're like, I don't know.
Like my kids like to jump.
Okay, so would you rather have a job standing outside people's windows whistling or making metal trash can lids that sound like thunder? I'm going with the wind. So if this was a whole career option for me, I'm gonna whistle.
What about wintertime though? Like you're gonna get chapped lips.
I'm just gonna have to dress up. I'm gonna have to be nice and warm.
No, that's not gonna prevent your chapped lips.
I mean, you make a little like a special face cover.
No, your lips gotta be open. You're gonna be going through chapstick like crazy.
Yeah, but making the thunder noises just.
That'd get tiring.
Obnoxious. Yeah.
But the
neighbors can't hear me whistling, but they can definitely hear me smashing trash can lids.
Unless you're really good at it.
True. I'm just a novice. I don't know what I'm doing yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Base level.
I mean, metal trash cans your arms would get pretty tired.
Oh, absolutely.
And your ears would be shot probably. I think the easy route to go here is the whistling.
Okay.
Even though I don't like chapped lips.
Yeah. Well, there it is. So in a hypothetical world that Seth has created for us, if these were actual jobs, Brian and I would both do the high wind thing. Fair enough? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Plus, you just look sexier.
All right. We had a pretty funny thing sent into us for what are you thinking about? We'll get into it right now.
Okay.
Hey,
Hey, what's up, babe?
what are you thinking about?
Nothing. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking about a lot of shit.
What are you thinking about?
All right. Joe and Brian. Brian and Joe.
Okay.
As parents, what are some great moments that made you go, oh, it's so worth it?
Okay. Okay. Talking about like, I'm happy I have these things.
So
Okay.
worth having kids, whether
Okay.
they be funny, interesting, endearing.
Okay.
On the flip, what are some bad moments that made you go, these kids are defective? I want to see the manager.
Pretty good.
It's funny
Okay.
how he worded that. Mine happened when one of my stepkids said, I wish, let me start over. God damn it. I got to move the microphone out of the way. Let
Yeah.
me see if that helps. I always leave it right here
That's a bad spot
and
for
my
it.
eyes go blurry.
Yeah, you gotta move it.
This is going to
Get it
change
out of the way.
everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go. Ready?
Mine happened when my one. In my defense, this is how it's written. Mine happened when my one of the stepkids said, I wish you were my bio dad.
Oh.
My heart grew 3 sizes that day. Bad was the other one when I only taken 1 Tylenol when the dose clearly says 2 pills for 12 and older. She's 22 and has been taking them her entire life. We've all seen the label, but when asked why, she said, they said extra strength. Damn near all of them say that. This happened like a year or 2 ago, and I still bring it up every so often to remind her of her idiocracy.
It's like the other,
idiocy.
the other kid. So one was like, I wish you were my bio dad. The other one's like, I'm only take one because they're super powerful. Not good. Not great. Pretty good.
Love your show. Stay black. Your black son, Greg.
Oh, I'm going to say P.S. Read that one.
P.S. Hope I proofread this enough for Brian with a Y to get through this. I know you're not dyslexic. You're like a Capricorn, right? Dyslexic is a star sign, yes. I'm actually an Aries, I think.
Are you?
More like Aries.
So very funny, but Brian and I were talking about this before the show. I have so many of these good and bad stories with my 2 kids, Pepper and Ezra. Right? I have a ton. But instead of just starting to dive through memory lane, I figured I would go with a good one and a bad one. You also have 2 kids. Do you have one with each one of your kids that made you either proud to be a dad or wish that they were gone?
Yeah.
Or worded differently?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll start with Pepper. And I'm just going to do her good and bad, and then we'll swap over and you can share some of your stories. So this good one with Pepper was actually just a few weeks ago. It was this made me so proud. She's always struggled in school. Now she's in middle school, so you get actual grades. So of course, a little concerning as parents when the marks weren't awesome heading into middle school. But she's trying.
This will get better, right?
This will get better, right? Switch will flip. But she has tried so hard. And just a few weeks ago, she actually got an award for having a GPA above a 3.5, which she smiles ear to ear. She is so pumped before hiding all of her grades and her marks, or trying to, from her parents, to now looking them up and being like, look, I got A's and B's. And you're like, that's what parenting, it was great.
She took just PE, didn't she?
That was it. All she does is run laps.
She's a hell of an athlete.
Straight A's. Yeah, straight A's, and she's going to win
Straight A is for athlete.
win Ironman. So it was really fun to watch her, at that award ceremony, walk up there and just be so proud of herself. But it did also remind me of me when I was little. My mom always tells this story. She worked at the school, so I was in elementary school. And she walked in to see me, or she was talking to me or giving me money or something for lunch, right? Because she was a teacher aide. And she walks into my classroom and I'm not in there, right? She's peeking through the window and Joe is just not present in this classroom. So she goes in and was like, is Joe here? And she's like, yeah. And she points over and I'm in the coats. I'm in the cubbies because I wouldn't shut the fuck up. So the teacher made me move my entire desk and chair over to the coat closet so I would quit fucking talking to people. So I can never get mad at Pepper for having a hard time paying attention. I never had, luckily had no trouble with grade stuff, but I just couldn't shut the fuck up. So teachers would just put me in the hallway.
A distraction in class.
Here's your homework, Joe. Go fucking sit in the hallway, because all I did was mess everything up. Then the bad memory I have where I was like, whoa, no. Oh man, how old was Pepper? She's young, 3 or 4 years old. And she was taking a nap. She's throwing a huge fit. Like one of those where you know that she's just way, way too tired and she doesn't know what to do with herself and her brain has malfunctioned at this point, right? So she's in her room and she's crying and we're trying our best to, not go in there and answer to that because you don't want to give the negative reinforcement where if I scream, cry hard or long enough, my parents will come back and get me. Mm-hmm. So we leave her in there and then it goes silent and she goes to sleep. We thought like
sweet, it worked.
She passes. Great. Awesome. So I have to get something out of her room while she's napping. So I sneak in and I open it up to a fucking nightmare. Pepper had shit her diaper. Okay. And then decided she was going to take all of the shit out of her diaper and rub it all over her crib, her body, the fucking wall, window, all the toys that were like in reach, all covered in fucking liquid shit. And she just painted. And I walked in there and I just went, it smelled so bad. So bad. It was the worst porta potty you've ever walked into. That was my own daughter. Everything just caked in shit. And she's just sleeping in her shit-filled bed. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I know it's not like that uncommon for like toddlers. They poop and they're like, oh, what's this? They take a look at it and they fuck around with it. But this was like she was running a finger painting lesson. Like there were at some point she was at one of those wine sip and paint a picture, but it was just her and it was just a diaper full of shit. Yeah. But she put on a clinic in there and covered everything. It was an
art studio of shit.
Yeah, it was a literal shit show. Is what it was. And I was like, oh no. That was just a moment where I was like,
I can't even imagine walking put this back. It was into
so bad.
That.
So bad.
Like and then
I didn't take a picture. I wanted to, but I was just so disgusted and sad.
How do you even clean that?
Just scrubs.
Lots
of
scrubbing.
the
toys away?
Yeah, throw the kid away, throw the toys away. I think the toys went in the dishwasher, or the ones that she actually liked. Ugh. And the rest of it, just wash it and scrub it out. Just get all the shit out of there. You can't exactly throw the room away.
Just light it on fire.
Yeah, so tell me a good bad about one of your kids.
Well, the bad, our oldest, Miles, he was colicky. Mm-hmm. And
So a big sissy baby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's not colic is a weird thing because it's like he's not doing anything wrong. Mm-hmm. But it was, for 3 months, he cried for... It was nonstop. And it's weird, like when it's your first kid, you're just excited to have a baby and you just want to do whatever you can to make it better, whatever. Mm-hmm. But there, it was
fix it.
There was at a point like you start getting at the throat of your spouse and like it's no one's fault. Mm-hmm. You both are
you're sleep deprived. Yeah.
There's no sleeping. He will not stop crying. People try to come over and see him and he's crying all the time. They try to hold him. He's crying all the time. And when you talk about defective, it's like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. I'd never seen anything like it. Like I've heard of colic. Yeah. I've heard of babies crying, but this is something that I
Next
never,
level. Yeah.
I'm glad it happened to him first. And cause our second was an angel baby. Mm-hmm. And so it gave us that perspective.
Yeah.
But now, as it got older, he was a nightmare, but on the good side of it, he is like, when they'll send stuff home from school or we'll go to like a teacher conference,
right?
And they'll show something he worked on in class. And there was a moment when I could not help. I just lost it one time. Mm-hmm. It was like, my name is Miles. My favorite color is blue. Like things I do with my parents or whatever. And he wrote like specifically what he did. And all he did was say like, build Legos with my dad. Mm-hmm. But it was like, that doesn't seem like much, but to know that like when he had to pick something,
His favorite thing, that was it.
yeah, it's like, holy shit. Because you want to do all these, you want to take him places, you want to do all these fun things. But like that's the thing that he thinks about.
Just boiled down into a basic. And to you're just like you're like, fuck, you want to make time to do all that. And of course it is fun, but it's just a thing to entertain your kid.
Yeah.
But to them, it's everything.
That's the thing. It's like, like I just kind of want to lay on the couch. Fine. I'll come down and build this truck with you or whatever.
That's awesome.
And then when he's at school telling everybody what his favorite thing was, and then that's what he chose. So it was like, you're exactly right. It's one of those moments where you're just trying to get through the day. And it's a special moment, but like it's one of the moments you're just trying to get through. Yeah. But to him, it was everything. And it's so cool that like I saw, there was like a Goofy and like a Disney thing. It was basically summed it up. Like the kid wants to go off and do things, but all he wants to do is spend time. His dad wants to spend time with him, and then it flip-flops at some point. Yeah. And so when you're little, you just want to relax or whatever. And then it's going to get to the age where he's going to want to go do things, and you're going to dream, like you're going to yearn for like crawling down on the floor and playing Legos.
Right.
And so that was a special moment. There's many moments, but like that one stands out just because like it was his decision. Right. His brain chose that. So. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. That's really cool. I have plenty of stories that relate to that side too. Okay, well, I'm gonna skip over to Ezra here just so we don't run out of time on today's show. But this one was actually the good side. Was actually also another recent story where, and it's just so funny to me and it's so cute. So Ezra has like a big behavioral therapy, because you finally got to see him snap a little bit a couple weeks ago.
I wasn't sure if he was mad or just messing around.
No, that's just him. No one knows what thing. It could be the wrong toothpaste cap, and you're going to deal with it all fucking day. So anyway, I was picking him up from his therapy a few weeks ago, and he, like, as far as like that whole therapy school goes, he's on the high functioning side. So he hangs out a lot with the teachers. They work on behavioral stuff, but a lot of it is just giving him responsibility and letting him help around the entire complex, right? Because that's what he wants to do. He has to stay busy. He loves the schedule. And I haven't asked him in a while. When I picked him up, I was like, okay, like, how was today? He goes, good. I was like, well, what are you guys working on? He goes, nothing much. And I was like, yeah. And then he goes silent for a little bit. And he goes, well, he goes, one of the main things we're working on is, like, I just don't know when people want to talk about scoreboards and sprinklers and fans and motors and railroad crossings. And I'm like trying not to laugh. I'm like, yeah. And he goes, yeah. Because sometimes that's really boring to other people, even though I like it. And he goes, I'm trying to figure out when I can talk about that. And in that moment, I'm like, God damn it, this is so fucking cute. And I was, facing the other way. So I was like, trying not to laugh and smile, but just having him be like it's a big moment. It's like, not everyone likes sprinklers. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I've been fucking saying
that's what I've been saying for years.
I'm telling you for 5 fucking years is right now. I'm in the bathroom showering, and you come in, you're like, hey, Dad, this just happened this morning. I was showering, and I walk in there, and I hadn't seen him yet. He was already up watching TV, and I'm in the shower, and he walks in, and he goes, Dad? I was like, yeah. He goes, when we build our own gym, I think that we should have, and he starts talking about scoreboards and hoops and all that. I'm like, so I'm just washing my hair, hanging out, and they're like, fuck, what is this? What is this? And the bad, I won't get into it, but when he was young, it was a nightmare with Ezra. He was an angel baby, and then I don't know what happened. I don't think we didn't drop him or anything, but he had some issues behavioral wise, and he got kicked out of every single daycare in the county. And I'm not exaggerating. Every single fucking daycare kicked him out because he was smart. He knew how to manipulate it. He related better with parents or adults than he did with kids. So he'd get involved in an activity that he didn't want to do, and he would do something so that an adult and him could leave the shitty situation, and they could just hang out and talk about fucking scoreboards.
Interesting.
or whatever he was talking about at that time.
Yeah.
And then he's like ripping doors off the fucking wall, like he's in timeout. Like, fuck you, I'm not in timeout. And kicks a hole in the wall. You're like, fuck, dude, because he never really did that at home. He was, but in these situations, he got kicked out of every single one. So we're shuttling him out to extended families' homes that are 45 miles away, just so we can go to goddamn work. And that was like, it was so frustrating. But yeah. Anyway, let's jump over to you.
Well, I wanted to say something about Ezzy. It's so funny because like when we'll come over here to record, you know, like we're like sometimes we're on a time crunch, and he'll be down here. He's like, Dad, and he'll be asking about something. You're like, yeah, buddy, and like you're trying to acknowledge him and like let him know that that's cool, buddy, but like he just wants to keep going, and that not being able to read like, okay, maybe now it's not a good time.
Not a good time,
but. It kind of goes back to one of those things like, I don't have time for this right now, but one day you're going to be like, I wish I could just sit around and talk scoreboards with him.
What's going on in the scoreboard world right now? I feel lost.
Yeah.
I feel lost.
You're like what you'll give to be able to just have a scoreboard conversation.
It'll come back around.
Yeah. And I mean, our youngest, he was an angel baby, and then he was like the terrible two.
Yeah.
And it's funny because he's really smart too. And they're both really funny, but he's funny in a way like he knows how to get a reaction, and so he'll do those things where it's kind of like it's like the don't fucking laugh, like because you know like I'm supposed to be mad at you right now, and then he'll do something. He'll do like a bit or something like that. I'm like.
He starts like the jazz hands come out.
Yeah.
You're like,
oh my god, it's like this is like I want to laugh so bad, but like you're supposed to be mad at you.
You're like, God damn, my jazz hands is really funny right now.
Yeah.
But your mom, if I laugh, your mom is. I'm not gonna have sex tonight. So what I'm gonna do is pretend like what you just did was not funny, so that I have a chance.
Dude, there are. That's a whole nother conversation for another day, but like just like when you have two little kids, you try to make that happen with the wife or husband, and then something happens, like someone starts crying, you're like, no, fuck. And then you get mad at the kids, and then she gets mad at you, and then it's like, well, now there's no chance.
Anyway, I guess. Well, I tried.
Now I'm rubbing one out.
See you at therapy. Yeah. Anyway, therapy tomorrow. Yeah. All right. Good night. Yeah,
so our youngest, one thing that he does that's just so damn cute, and I've never seen other kid do this. He does it with Amber when he goes to sleep, or like his comfort thing is to reach over and rub her lips. And he just goes, he'll go, I love your lips. Like, you're the best. So like at night when he's asleep, if he wakes
You're like,
up,
hey, that's my line.
He'll just, I know, I've made that joke quite a few times.
I bet you have.
But he'll just like reach around. And oh god, that sounds awful. Reach around and grab her lips, but like he just reaches over and he starts, and that's it. And then all of a sudden you'll just hear him start snoring.
Yeah,
it's like that's his comfort thing,
goodbye.
and it's one of those things that's so damn cute. And as a mom, you're like you're just tired. You're like you just want to sleep, but like
his little fingers like
it's like can I really not go along with this?
Yeah, it's so funny.
And so like I think what all this is summing up is that. There are moments like in the long haul of parenting, there's those little moments that are just like, you're just trying to get through the day, but you don't know. Yeah, you're going to miss the little shit.
Like the number one thing you hear people talk about when they're on their deathbed, there's a whole study about regrets, and it was not spending enough time with your kids.
Yeah.
And it's not always like everyone's fault because it's the circus is set up in a way that makes it so fucking hard and stressful with how much you have to work to do this and afford the nonsense that's going on. But every single one, it's like the number one regret is not spending enough time with the kids.
And you know what's weird is like I'm home, I work from home, I see him all the time. I'm there in the morning I see him all the time.
Yeah. And
I still feel bad when they're like, hey, you want to come play this with me? I'm like, buddy, I'm just, I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to work on something. And then I'll be like, I'll try later. And then I sit down, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, and then I'll get up and go do it. I'm like, fuck it. Yeah. Like, I don't want to be that regret guy.
Yeah, anyway. Absolutely. Do you want to say a bad, or do you want to go on to confessions?
No, we can move on. Okay. I mean, that's kind of as a whole. It's just.
I think it's a good reminder too.
Yeah.
For a lot of parents out there, or if you don't have kids yet, just know when you have them, these little tiny fucking things. Try not to brush them off.
Our youngest, he's got. There's nothing specific that I can think of. Like, this one time. It's just a lot of times. Like him just fighting you on something, like whether it's the wrong this or wrong that, and leads to a whole fucking thing. So it's a generalized that.
Yeah. We're like, can I return this?
Versus then he does something so sweet that you want to gobble him up.
Like, okay, go pick your stuff up off the lawn. You can stay. Okay, let's get into the confessions.
All right.
Okay.
Confessions.
Oh, sorry. Confessions.
All right, Joe.
Father Brian.
You ready to get down and dirty?
Man, I need my little... What?
Your little white collar thing?
Yeah, collar thing.
Yeah.
White thing that doesn't mean much.
Some naughtiness is about to...
Yeah, it means that, I'm still down. That's what that whole costume means. Okay, let's get into confessions. Let's do it. I'm so excited.
Here's the first one.
Okay.
I know you guys have probably seen my name and you're like, oh God, this girl again. But yes, here I am again. I just really love the podcast and listen to it religiously. And I always find myself having stuff to share. I also quite like hearing you guys read our stories because you both have very sexy voices.
Okay, yeah.
And this is a long story, so I would ask Joe to read it. You son of...
I got it from you, Brian. Hey, daddies. I was in the Army Reserve. Most people in the military know it is a very bad idea to have relations with someone in your platoon or squad. Can't relate. You can get in so much trouble and possibly get kicked out of the military. But that doesn't stop all of us. I had this sergeant. He was my direct superior. Like, literally, if I did something bad, he was the one that had to scold me.
Ooh, spank me.
I was a low-ranking private. That's
low-hanging private.
Yeah, fucking all droopy. You were a droopy private. Well, I thought he was really hot. I can't remember how. We both learned that we were attracted to each other. We decided to hook up on our own time, basically when we weren't at drill or doing any military-related training. Somehow...
he's a drill sergeant, all right.
Somehow, we got so into each other, we wanted to mess around at drill. Like, looking at that little adrenaline rush. Somehow, this was made kind of easy.
However, oh, you sure you want Joe to read this?
If I mess up, okay. However, this was made kind of easy because he could just whisk me away whenever and claim that I was in trouble. And he needed to talk to me in private. Like, you're just sitting there. He's like, private! Like, fuck! And you're like, yes, sir.
He needs to talk to me in private?
I need to talk to you. So the first time was when we had some downtime at drill. We decided to go out to his truck, which was in the parking lot facing the building, and we sat in the front seats. He kept watch while I gave him a blowjob.
Oof. Nice.
Another time was when we were actually out of state on a weekend military training, and we each left our barracks at night and met each other on the side of the bus where no one could really see us, and I gave him a handy. I don't know why that's so funny to me. Fuck! Okay. Just this well-oiled escape plan? Like, you're two adults? Like, okay, here's what we're gonna do, and the music's like, it's like this intense thriller music. I'll meet you at 102. Like, I'll distract the guard with the rock, and I'll throw a pine. And you go through all this shit to stand by a bus and get a fucking hand job. Doing army rolls and crawls and like under cars and shit. Just get over there and be like, no, it's coast is clear.
For hand stuff.
Fucking hand job. Okay, back to the story. Gave me a hand job. And then we get to the best story. In our reserve building, there are supply cages where a chain link fence is inside of the building in this huge garage-like room that each unit stores supplies like toilet paper, MREs, uniforms, etc. Well, me and my sergeant decided to get away and decided to go to one of these cages that was unoccupied because the unit for the cage was not having drill that weekend. Again, we had to keep watch, but while doing so, he had to keep watch. While doing so, he absolutely fucking plowed my brains out. She didn't actually write that. She just wrote, and he did me against the cage. But I feel like...
No, she wrote that.
No, I wrote that in.
Oh.
I changed it.
Okay.
Just to, punch it up.
Yeah.
Punch it up a little bit.
Oh.
That's kind of out of character.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking... we never got caught for any of this, and I think it's definitely one of the more adventurous sexual experiences I've ever had.
That sounds fun.
That's risky. That's risky business.
Mm-hmm.
And life goes on. That's pretty good.
Opla di, opla da.
Mm-hmm.
Like Corky.
Yeah, it's good. God damn, it's so funny to me. Extravagant plan. for just nonsense.
just a hand, just raw dog in hand.
Just to spit in his mouth. Like you're like, what?
Yeah.
Like, to suck his ears. Everyone's like, oh my God, like they're all week. They're like, can't wait for Saturday. And just making all these plans for a fucking hand job.
It's in the movies or a TV show. It's always like they sneak away, and it's like on a washing machine while they're at a party. You know, taken. You know, like they're just plowing away.
Yeah.
But visualizing that same thing, and he's just like looking around. She's just like
she's like kind of she's winded.
Yeah,
and he's
her arm's
nothing.
tired.
And he's just like, but he's like keeping his head on a swivel while he's just getting his dick jerked.
Private. Drilled.
Like whatever military fatigue noises are, like clothy, just like, you know, it's a heavier cloth. You can hear it.
Yeah.
Sounds like a tarp. Okay, let's move on.
Why are they so heavy?
I don't know. They gotta be thick. Thick, durable.
Okay, let's try. I'm going to read this one.
Okay.
Like a year after high school, this girl we knew was having a birthday party at a local hotel.
You guys ever? We did that.
Interesting.
I've done it.
Really?
Yeah, there's like, we couldn't find an empty house to party at, so we were like, fuck it, and just rented a hotel room.
Never did that. Me and a few of my friends downed a 30 rack of Keystone. Hell yeah, brother. Before we showed up to this shit wagon, after about 40 minutes at this vanilla birthday party, one of my friends decides to spice it up by shitting on a paper plate.
You know, it'd really go well with this fucking birthday party. What?
Shit platter.
You're right. God damn that
When
shit.
you're right, you're right. You know what I mean?
God damn, that really brought it all full circle.
He left the plate in the bathroom for someone to find.
Yeah.
Well, another friend was the one who found it. He put it in the microwave and did the 99. The longest cook time you possibly
guys
could.
Suck.
The entire hotel smelled absolutely horrible. It was a poolside room, so it filled the entire hotel. Nothing really ever came of it.
Oh man. How? First, two questions. One, how boring does a party have to be for the highlight on the back end was microwaving your friend's shit on a paper plate?
Not even that. Just their original plan was just shitting on the plate.
Right. And then someone's like, I know how to do this.
And then they're like, that's still not fun enough.
Let's get this party going.
I'm coming up.
And the other one was like, who the fuck didn't notice the microwave shit? Like, where was the microwave? Did you hide it? Like, was it
Who else didn't
under
know
a bed?
the microwave was just going the whole time?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
who didn't know?
It's just on there the whole time.
I mean, they just had, whatever, flow rider going. Just a piece of shit on a paper plate microwaving.
Because it's a motel room, right? It's not like a suite.
Hotel. Who knows? Like I said, it's poolside. I don't know if it was like multiple rooms. But dude,
Connecting room.
have you ever done anything like petty at a party like that?
No, I never really was a party guy.
I was never
Till college.
I never really did, but I do remember this one time, for whatever, my stomach was upset, and I was at a party, and it was actually like an older girl's house. I was a freshman. I think my brother was at the party, and then he dragged me along, and I felt fucking pretty cool. But my stomach was upset from who fucking knows what.
I feel really cool, but I have a tummy ache.
And in this situation, it was like a guest house that we had to go to, and I was in the bathroom, and I was just peeing this time, but I was like, and I looked at the toilet paper roll, and it was like not a whole lot left. And there was a fair amount of people at this party. And I looked under the sink, and I couldn't see any toilet paper. So I took it and hid it just in case I had to shit later. Then I would have had toilet paper. So I don't know how many people didn't get to wipe or do anything else. And I never went back for it. I took it out of the bathroom and hid it in a room just in case I had to shit.
And then like a couple days later, somebody probably found it.
Probably.
Oh, here's that toilet paper.
But there was no toilet paper in that bathroom all night. I don't know how many people just had to have like pee vaginas or poopy buttholes.
I have a similar story to that. I'd forgotten about the story. I was in college till you said that. We were at a party one time and I had to shit and I don't, how I don't like shitting at people's houses. And I mean, it was like, I have to go.
It was a big one.
And so I went into the bathroom and stole a roll, and that was the only one that I could see. And I put it in my...
You ran outside?
Yeah, I ran out. Not only did I run outside, I ran over to the park where the baseball field was and took a shit right on second base. So then I'm wiping my ass and just dropping toilet paper right on second base.
God, did you play baseball? So did you have to? Who had to clean it up?
Oh no, it wasn't. It was like a kid's park.
Oh, okay. But like, there's a plate there, like a base.
Yeah.
You shit all over
Oh
it?
no, there wasn't a base. It was like
just
where
the hole.
second base
Gotcha.
would be.
Okay,
Yeah,
where the
yeah.
metal peg is.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Where they,
Dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it was like a park where
Yeah.
where people go play, but it was like in the middle of the night, probably like 1 o'clock in the morning. But I just remember I shat all over the second. So whoever went out to play the next day, there was just a steaming pile of
God, that's disgusting.
and just like used toilet paper wipes.
Just someone was like, fucking town's going to shit. You know, some guy is like, fucking here's another town I grew up in.
That's right. Instead of just shitting at the people's house. But
I know.
it was a party. It was one of those ones where the door didn't have a lock on it.
Yeah.
Like there's no way I already have anxiety about shitting in public.
It's terrifying.
I'm not gonna shit at a party with no lock on the door.
Quick side note, what's with the hotel or the bathrooms that have the dividers that are so low you can see the people that are shitting? What's with that? Why do they even exist? I've seen a handful of them in my life. Like the stall doesn't go all the way to the ceiling. You can just see over it. It's so weird. Okay.
Probably for airflow, right?
Who knows? It's just bad design. Okay, on to the next confession.
Good design.
They say, hey, dads. Writing
Hey.
in with a confession that is going to make me and my best friends sound like absolute psychopaths as teenagers. Good open. I'm excited for this. We have a night once a week where we'd sneak out, get super high, and cause general mischief, which eventually escalated to absolute madness. The first time, it was garbage night. I can relate. I already shared the story about the trash can garbage shit that I used to do. Remember? Lassoing shit with an extension cord. Naturally, the street we were on was lined with garbage cans, so we drove down the whole street of the neighborhood, and we would knock over every single trash can. I mean, typical.
Yeah, who hasn't done that?
If you look at, like, teenage bullshit, the trash can thing, pretty high up there. Next, we went through a phase where we'd go to neighbors and steal every single lawn ornament they could find, or that we could find. For some reason, stashing them in my dad's garage. At one point, we walked out to see at least 30 different lawn ornaments, and he had questions. Yeah, I'm sure he did. Then things got really bad. The movie 300... What a funny precursor.
Get this.
Like you're in therapy, and they're like, okay, well, why would you do this? Goes, well...
So Titanic had just come out.
Yeah, have you seen the movie 300? It's like, yeah. Like, that's how you set it up. The movie 300 had just come out, so Spartan kicking was still cool. What we did was not cool. We went to a neighborhood and drop kicked at least 6 garage doors, yelling, "This is Sparta,"
Oh, God.
and completely folding them in the process. Never got caught. I feel terrible about it to this day, and I promise that we are all well-adjusted adults now. Please don't judge us, dads. Your loving shithead son, Cheese Daddy.
I love that. Please don't judge us. Like he's a dad now, and then what would he do if his kids did that exact same thing?
What an expensive...
That's so fucked.
And such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
It's not like because the garage doors are garage doors. The chances of it being in stock and the size that you need with the brand that fits in there and just replacing it, like, no.
And you're gonna have to pay for it.
It was a whole thing. It wasn't just about how much it costs. It was about like waiting to have it. And then your garage is just open.
Mm-hmm.
And
people
so
walking,
they're
stealing
stressed.
shit.
Yeah,
if it's cold.
God damn, teenagers are so stupid.
You are a shithead, whoever.
Yeah, Cheese Daddy.
He's from a small town in Washington State.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
So
then, I don't want to
go too far with it.
anything.
Did your garage door get folded in? Is this you? No. Did you write in? And then, I can't judge Cheese Daddy as he goes by too much. I did so much dumb shit. I know I've shared this. It's been a long time. Did you ever make dry ice bombs?
No.
Do you know what they are?
I believe so, yeah. I played with dry ice.
Yeah, I fucking love it. So you put like some water in a bottle of whatever, of varying sizes. The bigger the bottle, the more dry ice you put in it, the bigger the bomb.
The longer the ponytail.
Right. Bigger the problem. Longer the ponytail, bigger the problem. That's what I always said. No, but we used to make dry ice bombs. I don't know how we all, like, no one blew their fucking hand off. But it just escalated further and further. Of course, it started with just like, everyone's okay with just setting off you need a pencil? Here's the pen. Oh, you threw your pencil last week.
That's why I was like, why do I have it?
Where's my pencil? So the dry ice bombs, naturally, as progression goes with dangerous shit like that, you just do new things, and so it's still fun. So just setting them off was good. Then blowing up mailboxes was next. And then the tippy top of the iceberg, which again, this is absolute madness. was my buddy just got broken up with. And we decided that we were going to make a dry ice bomb, like pack it up, screw the top on, and then just open her front door and throw it in her house.
Oh my God.
And so we did. No one died. They have a dog. Probably could have blown a dog up.
How big is the explosion?
Big. Like if you dry ice bombs will do some damage. I've gotten like I've made like a crater with a big ass one. Remember those giant apple tree like apple juice containers they used to make? Like they were like looked like Gatorade jugs. Blew one of those up and it made a crater in the grass.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, they're not something you should fuck around with. But we just rolled it into her living room and hid, and then it went off and all the lights came on. We thought it was funny, and then just years later, we're like, that wasn't funny at all.
Yeah.
Imagine me like right now.
Yeah.
I'm just sleeping and a fucking bomb goes off in my living room.
Especially if you have kids, a family, like
just what the fuck? It's so dumb. It'd be so scary. I'd never be able to sleep again. Okay.
Yeah, it's classic kid not being able to think of any sort of repercussions.
I'm gonna get her back. No one breaks up with my friend. No one ever breaks up. You know what happens? You break up.
It's probably his fault that they broke up too.
You know what happens when you break up with my friend? Put bomb,
dry ice
put
bombs.
bomb in your living room. My last name isn't Paisley. Just family motto. If you fuck with my friends, I'll put a dry ice bomb in your living room.
My name isn't Timothy McVeigh.
Timothy McVeigh. Okay, let's move on to the next one here.
Okay, let's see where we at.
Because we got a bunch.
Good morning, my two dads.
Good morning.
I'm sitting here parked behind Tractor Supply store at 4 a.m. getting unloaded.
Whew.
Oh, I thought I was going to say getting loaded.
I mean, unloaded. Sounds like a hand job by a bus, am I right?
BT Dub, I'm a truck driver.
Oh, okay. That all makes sense.
I just had to let you guys know how much I love listening to you while I'm driving. Anyway, I just have to tell you, when I listen to y'all, yes, I'm a Texas girl. I'm laughing hysterically so much that I'm literally crying and have to tell people that I'm okay. Even my dog looks at me sideways, wondering if I could picture his face. I digress. I do have a confession, but you might think less of me after I tell you.
Good.
Okay, so I have
Those
two
are the good ones.
I know, right? Okay, so I have two kids, and they have had lots of friends at the house at all times. Several of them hit on me, but I always rejected them, telling I thought it was, oh my God, I thought of one of my children.
Okay.
One of my son's friends came to my bedroom and asked me where the bathroom was. It was literally across the hall and clearly visible. I said, it's right there. He said, oh, and left.
Nice.
I went back to sleep. 5 minutes later, I felt someone
feel someone sitting on my bed,
or felt,
or maybe either one, but not fell.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with fell.
Okay.
I felt someone sitting on my bed. It was him again.
He's back.
I just looked at him thinking he was high. Where's Joe Bryan? My son, not real name. He said he went to get papers.
Okay.
Yeah, he's high.
Got it.
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
So I told him to go to my son's room and wait for him. He said, okay, but I want to show you something first. I said, okay, thinking it might be a new song or something. Yeah, right.
I mean, at that point,
I'm still very sleepy. And at this time, I was going to school and working nights. He takes my hand, and now my eyes shot open. He said, look. So I look up only to see the most beautiful, young, erect penis staring at me.
Jeez.
I took 2 seconds to contemplate the situation. He was over 18. He came to me. My son was gone. I haven't had dick in a very long time. I'll let you guess what decision I made.
Whoa.
I did say this was a confession.
Man.
I have more, but I'm out of time. LOL. Love you, daddies.
Man, I mean,
that's like what's the movie? American Pie. Mm-hmm. What's the one chick?
Nadia?
The mom.
Oh, the mom. Stifler's mom.
Yeah, Stifler's mom. Mm-hmm. And the one dude.
The MILF. Yeah, it's Stifler. No, the other guy.
The other guy, yeah. Plows her on the pool table.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know, do girls have the same fantasy about fucking their friends' dads as guys have the same fantasy about fucking their friends' moms?
I don't know if they want to plow. They just want to marry him.
What? You're saying that all
women don't like to have, you don't know this?
No, they don't have sex?
No.
Just strictly marriage?
Not for pleasure. It's for bearing children.
Yeah, that's it. There's no other
They're
exception.
not allowed. They're not allowed,
Not
Joe.
allowed to. But we actually have another confession that's in this exact same vein. You get it. Vein pun.
Penis.
And so we had to put this in there. It says, "Hi, podcast poppies." It's your veteran son. I'll remain anonymous for now. I just wanted to thank you both so very much. Well, thank you for
Thank you
supporting
for
the show.
listening and supporting.
I have a confession I'd like to get off my chest. When I moved back home to Florida after the military, I had a best friend. We'll call him Adam. Adam had a mom that hit 50 and got braces and tattoos and got a little wild. And I happened to be the
Braces
stallion.
and tattoos?
And I happened to be the stallion she wanted to break. Long story short, I slept with my best friend's mom many, many times, and neither of us ever said a word about it to him. He may know, he may not. We don't talk anymore.
Doesn't
anyway,
matter.
yeah. Love your veteran motherfucking son, Anonymous T.
Love it.
Where are
Anyway,
where are all these fun moms? I didn't
Yeah.
have these fun moms around. When I was like, yeah, I'll do it.
would you have done that if given the opportunity? Let's say like one of your good
yeah.
friends at the time.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I mean,
Do you have a specific one in mind?
no, not really. But there's hot moms everywhere.
Of course there is.
So if I can't say I can't say no. I mean, with that much hormones pulsing, hot
Pulsating.
pulsating, filling a tube, throbbing a tube, a meat tube. Yeah, who's gonna be like, no thanks? Like, there's just, I'm not buying it. I bet you I would have. Bet you I would have. But oh man, all these guys, like, it's like top fantasy shit.
Yeah.
These guys just get to live it out. Okay, let's move on to another confession. Do you want to read the next one?
Yeah.
Okay,
Wait,
do
did
it.
I do the last one?
No, I just read it.
Okay. Jumping over to another confession. There.
Okay.
Hey guys,
Hello.
I used to as a
You got it. Come on, everybody, cheer him on. Like the rest of the class. Brian, you can do it.
Shut up, everybody.
Brian, you got it. Hit it, buddy.
So I used to, as a wildland firefighter, drive a work truck home, and after a particular long day cutting lines, I fell asleep at the wheel.
Yikes.
I fucking absolutely wrecked someone's parked car. Their shit was totaled, but the fire truck only suffered bent leaf spring.
Okay.
Part 2. I tell passengers
Passersby.
by
Passersby.
Jesus Christ.
I tell passersby. Brian is standing up and taking a breather right now if you're not watching the video version. All right, ready?
Listeners at home.
You diving back in?
I tell passersby that there was an accident, no injuries, but fire EMT was on the scene just to be safe. So okay, folks.
So funny to think about. Just keep on going. I don't know. You know how people get.
Looks pretty bad.
To me, it looks like someone fell asleep behind the wheel. But
Something very specific.
Yeah.
Looks like someone was up too late.
I do a bunch of line cuts. I probably fell asleep with the wheel. I've seen 1,000 times. No big
it
deal.
can happen.
No big deal.
When you work late nights and you got 3 kids at home and they don't appreciate you, and a wife that just doesn't.
In a mattress, it isn't fucking for me.
This guy sleeps on the couch because the mattress doesn't feel very good.
Okay, part 3.
I have back problems. Part 3. Explained to Captain that the bent leaf spring happened when some fucking Karen in a Mercedes G-Wagon, oh, that's believable, ran a stop at the T intersection and rocked the front axle sideways. I love how he writes this. This is great. But she gave me more than enough cash to fix it, my paycheck, and I'll just do the labor myself. Long story short, I was on my way back. Jesus.
Go.
Long story short, I was on my way to poke the frosty end of a rotten sled and ironically destroyed someone's car with an emergency vehicle and ended up getting a promotion for saving the fire department some money.
Oh, what a good ending. That's so funny. Just picturing this dude just shitting his pants like, fuck. Like, he's thinking job on the line.
Turns out it was the best thing that ever happened to him.
It was a shortcut.
Not
It was
only
a
did I not
fucking
get fired, I
shortcut
got a raise.
for trying to keep all the paperwork out so I wouldn't get caught. And then they're like, you're the best.
Dude,
award ceremony. He's like, all right.
Dude, it'd be so funny to visualize a scene where, like, let's say he was drunk or something, and he's people are walking up to passersby. He's like, no, it's fine, and he does that whole spiel. Like he's got blood coming out of his nose and his ear. It's fine. Luckily, I got here on time.
Oh, there's a firefighter here to fix it. It's like this super. For whatever reason, it reminds me of. And someone pointed out from last week. It doesn't matter. I think it was in the bonus side. But anyway, so I'm thinking about Will Ferrell movies. Was it? No, it wasn't Step Brothers. It was Blades of Glory.
Yeah.
When he takes the bite of the bread and then yells and he goes, "You see shit!" as he's running on the treadmill.
Yeah.
So I picture this guy getting slammed.
Throw me a piece of chicken.
He gets out and there's like some people around. He gets out fucking after slam. "You didn't see shit!" And he just yells at him. He's like, "Give him don't know what happened."
Points a gun at him.
Some idiot fucking hit it. Oh, it's so good that he had it all. Okay, we have one more confession, and then we're pretty much just gonna be wrapping up the show today.
Okay.
Just because we wanted to go heavy on the confessions, which I mean that's the whole point.
Yep.
Of getting these things in here. But we have one more quick one.
I'll let you read it.
Thank you. I was at my brother's pad, and I had to shit. So after dropping my load, and then he says one thing that will bug me till eternity.
I seen. Yeah.
I seen there was. No. And there's so many people. I'm not. If you set this in, I'm not making fun of you.
Yeah, I seen that.
I've seen it. It's just. God damn it. No, you saw. That's what you did. I saw there was no toilet paper, so I used a nicely folded face towel I found under the sink, in which I used then folded back up and put it back with all the other towels. Never found out what happened, which sucks. That was this. He wakes up every day like tapping his phone. He goes, "God damn it, what?" Now the joke never played out. Never found out what happened, which sucks. But I like to imagine him washing his face and then grabbing for a clean towel to dry his face and just rubbing his shit all over his face.
That pink guy, though.
And just it's a quick callback to another toilet paper bathroom situation I was talking about earlier. I mean, if the toilet paper's not there, I could have been rubbing my asshole with a face towel.
Dude,
so
sometimes you just do what you have to do.
You got to look out for yourself.
For number one.
Yeah,
you got to look out for number two.
Dude, that's funny. Sometimes you're doing number two, you got to look out for number one.
That's right.
Right there in your heart.
There's got to be something there. When there's
a t-shirt in there.
There's a t-shirt
There's
in there
a coffee mug in there somewhere.
I like I forgot about the bigger the ponytail, the bigger the problem. We need to make that
Longer
shirt.
the ponytail, bigger the problem.
Yeah.
That's what I always say. All right, so we're going to skip a couple things. We'll jump down and hear from some of our kids, and then we'll wrap this thing up. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's hear what you guys think.
Really? You want to talk to me? Wow, that's cool.
Okay, you ready to hear from our son, Jeremy?
I am.
He is writing. I don't know. I'm lucky that we even received the message because he is so deep in the doghouse. I didn't know that they had internet there.
They have Wi-Fi.
They have Wi-Fi?
Now you can get Wi-Fi. I know all about it. Oof.
Dude, it's back. Just Tony Little on a fucking gazelle. That is what I'm picturing. This is my new favorite music band.
Baby!
Yeah, baby! Okay, so Jeremy, I went out rabbit hunting with my cousin one weekend, and we stopped at a gun shop. I had not planned on buying anything. When we walked in, the first thing that caught my eye was a Smith & Wesson 357 Magnum revolver with a 6-inch barrel. It sounds like Ralphie describing his Red Ryder
with a compass in his stock.
With a BB gun from the Christmas Story. I told my cousin I just wanted to look at it, and he told me not to because then I ended up buying it. I didn't listen. I ended up spending around $950 on this handgun. My wife didn't notice the new gun until I opened the case and showed her. Needless to say, she wasn't happy, and now I'm no longer allowed to go to gun shops with my cousin or by myself. And that is so funny to me.
If you're going, I'm going with you.
Yeah, so let me just round this up. So sorry for the long email. Keep up the great work. This is one of my favorite podcasts. Listen to it at work. Sincerely, Jeremy.
Hell yeah, Jeremy.
Yeah, thanks, Jeremy. So funny, like that, like the husband, wife, or boyfriend, girlfriend thing. Like, I bet you, he might be saying it jokingly, but I guarantee you he's not going to gun shops. Like, you're just, okay. Like, just immediately accepting. You're like, okay, I promise. Or, like, what if he was allowed to go by himself, but, like, if your cousin's with you, I've seen that situation too.
Yeah.
Like it's fine if you're going out for a drink with the boys, but if Keith is also going to be there, now you get the look because you're like, I know, because last time,
last time Keith was in town, you didn't come home for.
Yeah, last time Keith was you walked in the door at 3:45 and pissed in the kitchen. So
everybody has that friend.
It's just always ask. Like, no, it's just gonna be. I mean, probably Chad and Andrew. I mean, definitely not Keith. It's just like fuck, come on. I haven't seen him in 2 years. You know what happens. I promise. 3:45 a.m. Every single time, everybody's got that buddy that he just just doesn't fit in the equation. The better half is like, no, nah, I don't believe it.
I know the guy.
I know. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready to wrap it up? Do you want to do the little out thing before we get into the VIP party?
Yeah. Oh, I was hoping for the other.
You want the same one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because so I can shake my shoulders a little bit.
I'm going to turn it up a little bit too. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Fits that jacket too.
Yeah. And I had a voice I was going to do. Now I forgot. Become part of the gaggle, everyone.
Yeah.
Patreon.com can you don't podcast.
Yeah.
Be sure to follow us on IG and Facebooks and TikToks.
Yeah, please.
We should say TikTok too because
we should start TikTok.
We have a TikTok.
Do we have it? When's the last time we posted something?
The day I created it. Probably June.
We'll get on it.
Subscribe to our YouTube.
It's only the biggest platform.
I know.
We're just like, we're still waiting.
Can you don't podcast?
Like, I don't know if it's going to take off. I don't know if it's going to be right for us.
Still waiting for the right moment.
What do they do
to capitalize on? I mean,
is it even good for short form videos or anything? Nah, I don't know. Not buying it. Not into it yet.
That's what I used to. My old employer, I said we need to get on that, and they're like, it's just 13-year-old girls dancing. I'm like, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
And wait, give it a couple years, and you'll see.
You'll see it's the biggest thing out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not a big fan.
And then, you know what they do? Laid me off. Joke's on them.
That's what you get. Bringing up TikTok.
If you have something you want to see on the show, email that shit to heyguys@canyoudon'tpodcast.com. Rate and review us wherever you listen to us.
Yeah.
Where do you listen to us, people?
All the places.
Are we on Amazon yet?
You know, we're always on Amazon.
Or what? Oh, Pandora.
It's Pandora that just for whatever reason.
Still?
I've contacted them a million times. I haven't checked in the last month.
You need to open Pandora's inbox.
I know. I get it. That's funny.
You were looking around like you were going to, and it hit you.
It hit me as like Pandora's box. I got it. Okay.
Yeah. Well, are you ready to wrap her up, Joe?
Yeah, I'm ready. Ready?
Yeah, I got a joke for you.
Ready?
Yep.
Ready?
Good God. Wrap it up already, huh?
All right. You said you have a joke?
I do.
I got this. 1 second.
Oh, again? Oh, God.
This should be hold music.
It should.
Yeah. I mean, but if this was going, I'd be fucking pumped.
Dude,
they come back and you're like, God damn!
Well, yeah, just give me another minute. The good part's coming up.
You are 37th in line. You're like, yes!
Sweet.
Just cleaning stuff and being good and helping all my kids. Okay.
All right. Hey, Joe.
I have to remember to turn it down. I swear to God, it's going to be blasting. Okay, go. Sorry.
What do lawyers wear to court?
What do lawyers wear to court? What?
Lawsuits.
Dude. That's sick.
You know what that calls for? Yeah. And to play us out,
this dude.
Do you know who?
No.
Where'd you get this song from?
Just some generic, like, free music.
Yeah, but it usually has an artist.
Oh, sure. It's not on my hot button. It's not on my iPad right now. Does this guy know the lives that he's changing right now? Dude. He's probably moved on. He released this 20 years ago.
It's so old.
20 years ago and gave up on all of his...
no one will ever do... No one ever
uses my stuff. No one likes me. And then 20 years later, dude.
That's what I'm saying. If we knew who it was, we'd give him a shout out.
Give him some credit.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Nah.
Yeah.
It's not in there.
Fuck it.
All right, guys. If you subscribed... whatever.
You cried.
If you cried, we'll see you later. If you support us on Patreon, the show keeps going. If not, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye,
Love you.
kids. Yeah, we're going to hang out with the geese now.
Huh?